Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Paul from Flutter. Yeah, I'm very excited today. Yeah, you can see my face now and I can communicate better with you guys. For most of you that have not seen my face before, yeah, this is the Paul, the one that has been speaking on those videos you've been seeing, on those tutorials you've been seeing. So I'm very happy to actually show my face today. And if you like what you're seeing, you can just comment down and maybe share me up somehow. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel, I would like you to subscribe to this channel so you can get more videos from Flutter. So let's get to the main deal. So the thing about this tutorial today is to complete the authentication process of our food delivery app, which is the login with your password, your email and password, and also the sign up with your email and password and your name. And the second and the third is the Google sign in. So we did the sign up last time. That took us about 1 hour episode. That was episode 11 or 12. I'm sure that was last week. I uploaded that. I'm sure you guys followed it. And if you have not seen the tutorial, you should go back and see it, because there is a lot of stuff on that video. We basically just set up stuff for us to finish up today, which is the user repository, the user model that contains the user data of our app, and as well we did some few things like writing some code for the authentication process on the user repository that saved the user's data to our database. So all those things, you're going to find it on our previous lesson. That's the episode 12, I'm sure, kind of. So in this episode is going to be strictly on Google sign in, and somehow we are going to bring in the login. The login is just, we are going to tie that up to the UI. We have already written that already on that episode, so we are just going to complete that and move forward with the Google sign in. So let's jump into code. I'll just go to the code and I'll just stop this. So we are going to do more on the user repository. So yes, the user repository, I will just zoom this and so you guys can see very well. And so here is the user repository and the instance of our auth service, and also our collection. So this is a collection of users. This is the collection where we are going to store all the user data. Yeah, we have talked about that. And here, down here, we are going to create a new method that is called Google sign in. Google sign in. Google sign in, and we're going to make this a method, and this method is not going to take any parameters, and this is going to be a feature, and we are going to use the either package. So this could throw some error. We need to cache the error well and pass that to the left side, and as well pass the success to the right. So that's why we are using the either class here, and we are going to use the error handler class we have created, and as well we are going to pass in use the user here. So we are going to return the user model here, and we are going to save this, and this is going to be a feature which we are going to add this as an async. And here we are going to have a try and catch block. So this try and catch block is going to check things. If the try doesn't work, we catch the error on the catch block. So we are going to return left. We're going to return left, and this left is going to return error handler. And in our error handler, we have a message field here, and we're going to pass the error, which is what we get from the cache here. So the next thing here is going to be the Google. So we are going to call this firebase user, and we are going to await for the Google sign up. So we are going to call this Google sign in. So it's already created. So in our services, authentication service, if you have not watched seen the video about authentication, you should go and see it. So we are going to move into this, So this is going to return a user to us. So this is going to be a firebase user that contains everything, and here we are going to check if this user is null. If this user is null, we are going to return left, and we are going to return an error handler here, and we return a message that user let's just say could not sign in. That's what we are going to see, and we are going to add this as a const, and if this passed, we are going to do a snapshot, a document snapshot from our Firebase Firestore. This is going to be users collection, and we are going to do a doc, and we are going to pass in the the Firebase UID. So if this user exists on our database, we are going to get that user and fill that user details on our app, but else we are going to create that user on our database, and as well create that user on the authentication server. So we are going to do get request here, and this is going to be an await. So here is going to be await, and the next is going to be, we're going to check if this document actually exists. That's what we are going to do here, and so we are going to check this. If snapshots exist, we are going to get the user, else. So let's do it on this first block, and we'll do the other action on the else block. So let's do that. So we are going to negate this, and this is going to be if this doesn't exist, we are going to register the user here. So we are going to call this new user, and we are going to create a new user model here, and we are going to pass everything that we need to pass here. So we are going to pass the user ID. You can see that we need to pass the user UID. So we are going to get this from the Firebase user, and this is going to be UID, and here is going to be email, and this could be null. We just pass this, and we're going to pass phone number. We're going to pass the phone number here, and this could be null. And we are going to pass the profile URL if there is any, if the Google account actually have a profile URL, and we are going to pass the time this was created, and we are going to pass the same thing here. We're going to pass the same thing here, and the active, we are going to set that user to true, and this set to 0, since we don't know that phone number. Oh, sorry, this is going to be a string. And here, what else we are going to do? We are going to create that user on our database now. And how to do that? We get the user collection. I'll wait for that user collection, and we are going to do document. We're going to do Firebase user UID, and we are going to do set. And when we do set, we just do new user and call the toMap function that maps all this information to a map, and then we push it. We set that, and if that is done, we are going to return. We are going to return right. We are going to return the right, and that right is a user. So we are going to pass in the new user here, and else we are going to get that user. That's we use our get current user here and pass the Firebase UID here. We are going to pass that and do final user, and we are going to wait for this. We are going to do same here too. Sorry, we need to get that user. We need to get that user here. So we're going to get that user. We're going to get that user. We're going to get that user. So it's going to be user. Sorry, I'm just thinking of what we are going to do here. Okay, got it. So this is the user here, and we are going to check if this is right. If this is right from our header, that is success. We are going to return that user. So we're going to return that user. We're going to return it. Sorry, we're going to say right. This should be get user. We pass that get user and we pass it here, right? And the next is going to be, we already have this user snapshot here if this exists, so we don't have to get the current user anymore. We just need to set that user. Okay, we need to get this current user because we have a listener here. Else, if we don't want that, we will have to just copy this two codes here, these two lines of code, and paste it here. So that's what we are going to do. We need to start up the listen to current user and snapshots. The snapshot is going to be, so we need to visualize this snapshot user, and we do user.from map, and we do data, and we do as map and string dynamic. Okay, and we pass that here. So all good. And else, if this doesn't work, we return this other side, copy this and paste here. So okay, are we missing? So we have if else here, we have the right. Okay, we need to have right here too, so we need to pass a user here. So let's check this current user if we are actually doing something here. So we are setting this user, we are calling this one more time, so there is no need of doing that again. So there you go for our Google sign in, and the next thing is going to be tying this up to our UI. So let's do that immediately. So we'll go to our screens here. We're going to go to our screens, and in our authentication here, we are going to create a method here called Google sign in, and we are going to do almost same we do for the login user, and we're going to paste that here too, though we are not going to do the field validation. We are going to delete all of this, and this we are going to make this a future method, and here we're going to use Google sign in instead. There is nothing passed into the Google sign in, so we don't need any of that. Here we're going to successfully sign in user, and you're going to show the error if there's any error. So this should do the job. So let's tie this to the UI, and we'll go to the sign in method here. On the sign up, we have our Google sign in button here, so we just need to call the state. We need to call the state here, and call in Google sign in. Do this for our signing too. Do it here. We're going to do that here. So we are going to call the state there. The state is not being called, so go here. We are going to copy the wash function here. This we are going to call the wash here on the sign in view. So we are going to call that in the sign in view, and we are going to import all of that. Import the states, and here we have the state of the authentication state, and here we are going to call this when you tap on the Google sign in, and also we need to tie this to the login process too. So we are going on your email here, we are going to have the controller, and in the controller we are going to pass in the text, the email controller, and we're going to do same for the controller here. Pass in the password controller and remove this const. And here in the sign in, we are going to have that login user, and also we need to have that spinner as well on this button. So we'll go to the sign up and get the code for that. So I'll just copy this and go back to that file and paste it in here. So we'll paste it in here too, and also we should paste it here too on this Google sign in with Google, and clicking on that should sign you in. So let's test this out and see how it goes. And yeah, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, one more reminder, just click on that subscribe button. So let's test this out and see how it actually is. So I'm going to run this and you see how it actually looks and how good it is. And after this, we are going to move into the main fun part of our app. So we need to finish the authentication to make sure any user that gets into our app is safe and secure, so you don't have to worry about anything. So we just roll with the inner part of the code, which is the add to cart, all the stuff. We are going to deal with them later. So let's run this and see how it goes. I'm going to click on run, and yeah, it's going to start running, and there you go. Okay, you can see now there is no current user on our print statement here, and we are going to try the Google sign in and as well the login. So let's go for the Google sign up. So we'll go to login to sign up, and we'll click on sign in with Google, and it's the pop-up will comes and we'll say continue, and we'll be taken to a web window, and there is this my account here. I'll just click on it and wait for it, and we go here. Now you can see current user successfully logged in, successfully signed in user. So that's what just happened, but we are going to do one more thing, just a simple thing here that we forgot to do. We are going to copy the code here, and it's going to be from this navigator push. So we need to push to the overview screen, which is the main screen, and we are going to do that for login as well. We are going to do that for login as well. So let's try this action one more time to make sure that this is running fine. We'll just restart this and go back here, sign up, and I'll just do Google sign in, and I'll just click my account here, click on it, and as soon as this is done, it will just take us to the sign to the overview here. And if we should go to our Firestore database here, you can see that we have our user, our Google user account. So this is the created time, this is the email of that user, this is the phone number, it's not being added, and you can see the UID of that user and the time and the updated at time. So let's just see what the image URL will give us, and you can see that this is the image that was there, and everything is working fine and everything is working smartly. So let's restart this and try the login. So at gmail.com, and I'm sure we added 123 and okay, this is bad. Okay, that actually works. So we are going to do that UI. So I'm going to push this, and I hope you have learned something from what we just did, and you can implement this yourself and continue following this particular tutorial and this episode. So thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, remember to subscribe, and God bless you. See you on our next video.